Good afternoon, my name's John, and this week we are going to discuss uh, abortion and Kantianism. Uh, I chose abortion as my ethical issue. And to begin, I want to go ahead and state my viewpoints on this ethical issue, and to me, abortion is very much so an ethical issue even to today with our current laws. I personally believe that abortion is wrong. I'm a paramedic and I've seen a lot of life and death in my time. To me, life begins at conception, and simply stating that as once that egg has been fertilized and implanted, that is a life, that is a developing life, and to kill that or terminate that for any reason is murder, whether it's justified or not. Uh, Again, that's just my viewpoint, not that it's correct, not that it's wrong, not that everybody should believe it or anything, that's just how I feel. Uh, Today I'm going to try to discuss that through the views of Kantianism to the best of my ability. So, Kantianism. Kantianism was developed by a German scientist by the name of Kant. And Kant argued that what gives people their intrinsic and infinite value is their ability to reason. Uh, I think that's a very profound statement. And he also states that without reason, we can't value anything. That makes perfect sense because without our ability to reason, we wouldn't have the ability to value anything. For example, gold. Gold's valuable to human beings because it's rare and we use it to purchase essential goods that we need. It's a tradable object, but if we didn't have the ability to reason, then we wouldn't have the ability to set priorities of things such as food, clothing, shelter. We would have no means of buying or trading for those. Uh, he also discusses the two rules of Kantianism. The first rule is only do things you could rationally endorse everyone doing in a similar circumstance. Easiest way to break this down and explain this to everybody is cheating on a test. Uh, Pretty simple to say that it's wrong. And you can prove that through the first rule of Kantianism because if everybody rationally endorsed cheating on a test, then we would have no way of justifying or grading what people have learned. Um, so if everybody cheated, everybody had the same grade, there would be no way to determine what you've learned. Therefore, cheating is wrong. The second rule is always treat others with respect and never as mere tools. That's also, again, pretty easy to explain. Best way to explain that is you've got baseball tickets this weekend, and so I call you and ask if I can borrow those baseball tickets. And I do the same thing next weekend and the same thing the weekend after that. But every time you call me, I ignore your call. I'm pretty much using you for something you have without being your friend or giving you anything in return. Uh, that's pretty wrong to do. I think we would all agree about that. That's using somebody. Uh, to discuss this about abortion, to me, it's pretty clear cut and dry, even though it does align with my viewpoints. I tried to argue it from different points and have been unsuccessful at this point. But only do things you can rationally endorse everyone in a similar circumstance doing. Well, if everybody rationally endorsed abortion, uh, there would be no life. We would end civilization as we know it because everybody would terminate their fetus. We wouldn't have young, and therefore we would have no continuing generations. At the same sense, you could also argue that, for such special circumstances, you were raped. Could everybody rationally endorse an abortion to a rape victim? That's where it starts to get pretty complicated, and that's where Kantianism comes into play. Uh, but at the same time, also treat others with respect and never as mere tools. So if you were to treat every living organism or everyone, including a fetus, with respect and never as a mere tool, then you would never be able to terminate a fetus because you're treating them with respect, which means you need to nourish and love them, or at a bare minimum, provide them with enough respect to give them a fighting chance at life. Um, all in all, I think that this is a whole lot broader of a target than 5 minutes is worth, or 2 to 500 words. I'd love to do a continuation on this topic, but for now, I'm going to have to go ahead and close it with that, and hope I've brought some light to Kantianism to all of you. Thank you, and have a great day.